It's the top of the hour. We're going to give our affiliates a moment to ID themselves, and we'll be back with more Country Thunder coverage in a few moments. Stay tuned.
The perfect morning calls for the perfect, ridiculously craveable pairing. Jimmy Dean Griddle Cakes. Your family's pancakey, sausagey, griddle cakey, sweet and savory favorite.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day's start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
Welcome back to a Metro News special report. I'm Justin Alexander-Perez. We're bringing you live coverage of Country Thunder 2024 from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. But first, let's take a look at your AccuWeather forecast from ABC7 Chicago. The southeastern Wisconsin weather models for today are all pleasant. ABC7 Chicago's AccuWeather forecast for today calls for partly sunny and nice with a high of 82 degrees. Tonight, clear to partly cloudy skies with a low of 56 degrees. This is great weather for sleeping. Currently, the Metro News AccuWeather station at Shadow Hill Ranch in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin is reporting 81 degrees with real feel at 89 degrees, but it's 10 degrees cooler with the real feel shade at 79 degrees. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 3 miles per hour with wind gusts at 4 miles per hour. It's partly sunny and the air quality is currently fair. Tomorrow is just as nice for the third day of Country Thunder with a high expected of 79 degrees. It will be pleasant with interval of clouds and sunshine. It will be a bit windier tomorrow, but there is no expectation of precipitation in the forecast whatsoever. Cloud cover will be at 51% with the UV index high at 7, so make sure you have that sunscreen on hand. You can see all of the AccuWeather forecast and Tracy Butler's forecast every day at abc7chicago.com. And when we come back, we'll be bringing you coverage with Bill Stevens. He'll be joining us live on the phone from southeastern Wisconsin. This special report is being brought to you by WMS Photography. We'll be back in 65 seconds.
I can't wait to get to work.
I'm so glad you said that.
Oh, let's get you ready for ball. 1 lap for each vowel.
You weren't kidding. This is great for the biceps. This is not what I had in mind when you asked me to carpool.
It's a big win. Let's do it.
Yes, I'm ready.
Ryan Seacrest joins Vanna White this fall on Wheel of Fortune.
I'm ready.
Weeknights at 7:30
On ABC7.
Another historic week, and now Kamala Harris hits the campaign trail. Who will be her running mate, and how will the Trump campaign take her on? Sunday morning on ABC's This Week.
Join us for This Week, Sunday morning starting at 10 a.m. right here on ABC.
SixFlags.com.
The most refreshing part of a McDonald's soft drink is paying $1.49 any size. An icy cold Coke, Sprite, or even iced tea. Yeah, any size. So drink up, everyone. Drink up. There are drinks, then there are drinks from McDonald's. Any size soft drinks or tea, $1.49 all day, every day at McDonald's.
We're glad you've joined us today for our special news report, our coverage coming from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin on the music festival known as Country Thunder. Now, it's been going on for the past 25 plus years, and we are honored to be able to bring you coverage live from the Shadow Hill Ranch, which is located in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. Our very own chief photographer, Bill Stevens, is standing by with live coverage. He's actually on the phone today. Our satellite seems to be on a coffee break, Bill. So, Bill, thanks for joining us today. Please tell our audience what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and what's going on at Shadow Hill Ranch.
Well, it's not really a typical Country Thunder this year because the sun's shining and we haven't had any rain. So I think somebody said it's been 25 years since we've had a day like this. I mean, it's not even very warm outside. I mean, it's, maybe low 80s, high 70s. There's a breeze. And unfortunately, or fortunately, it's not as crowded as it has been in the past. But right now we're getting ready for Phil Vaster is going to be coming on in about 25 minutes. And from what I understand, he's got a completely new show. It's revamped. And he's coming off of a near-death experience, I guess, from what I understand. They found him non-responsive on the floor and basically brought him back. This is what I've heard. I haven't heard it from him, but that's a good thing because Phil's a good guy. I've known him for a long time. So tonight caps it off with Lainey Wilson, the reigning queen. And I'm sure we're going to be crowded up for that. I mean, it is Friday. People are getting off work, so Thursdays and Fridays are typically a little bit lighter than the weekends. But tonight with Lainey Wilson here, it's going to be pretty good.
A great lineup of country western singers. We have something very different coming up tomorrow, Bill. Can you tell us about Nickelback's upcoming appearance on the main stage at Country Thunder?
And then tomorrow, the day caps off with Nickelback, which is they're calling it a crossover. And from what I understand, Nickelback is loading in tonight at midnight. So they're going to get here early and have a lot of room for their show tomorrow. And that's it for right now.
Bill, we heard that Co Wetzel was not able to perform last night at Country Thunder. He was the headliner that was supposed to be playing, but he apparently is having some sort of health issue. Have we heard anything from Co's camp?
Have not heard a word. It's been kind of quiet, but the last I heard that somebody told me that they heard it was COVID. And, well, COVID is going around, so anybody can get it. And I'm sure he'll recover like everybody else does now because it's categorized as a flu, but it hits everybody differently. And, when you're a performer, I mean, if your voice isn't perfect, you're not gonna come out and do it. So
I had the opportunity to communicate with Co, and he sent me and his fans the following statement on his Instagram account. It reads as follows: I've been waiting to see if I felt better as the day went on because I really didn't want to have to make this call. But I am too sick to perform tomorrow at Country Thunder, Wisconsin. We were really looking forward to celebrating the new album with y'all, but I know that lineup will put on a hell of a show. I'm working on a way to make it up to y'all more soon and hope to catch you from the road again soon, Co. Wish Co Wetzel a speedy recovery. Let's switch gears now and talk about Eric Church, who is the headliner this Sunday, the final headliner on the final night at the main stage at Country Thunder. Breaking news, however, has just come into us that Eric Church's management apparently has imposed a news media blackout. We were supposed to speak with Eric earlier today, and Bill, our camera crews, were supposed to capture him at Country Thunder. Apparently that is completely out. What can you tell us about that, sir?
Yeah, that's what I had planned on being here to cover Eric, but from what I've heard so far, there is going to be no media, no photographers for Eric Church tomorrow night.
He really does.
He puts on a good show. The last time he was here, it was a really good show. So I don't know what the deal is this time, but you know, if they decide that it's got to be that way, it's got to be that way.
Bill, is there anything else you might want to add to this phoner before we move on to our next programming?
Nope. I am compiling some photos that I did take today, and I'll get them off to the newsroom to be posted. So
sounds good.
Whenever we're done compiling them, we'll get them sent in.
Bill Stevens has been joining us via telephone live from Shadow Hill Ranch in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. Of course, the event we're covering coast to coast for all of our Metro News viewers and listeners, and for those of you who read our newspaper, the Metropolitan Sentinel. Bill, have a great day. Don't work too hard. And one more thing about Bill is if you see him at Country Thunder, pull him to the side and ask him to take your photograph. And you may just see your face or your friends and family or co-workers or colleagues or whoever you're with in the picture in the pages of our newspaper at metsentinel.net/CT24. Now do keep in mind that the CT is capitalized, the URL is case sensitive, so you'll want to make sure that you capitalize the C and the T. Once again, metsentinel.net/CT24. It's at the bottom of your screen right now. And if you see Bill, again, ask him to take your photo and you just might be in the pages of our newspaper. More coverage from Shadow Hill Ranch in Twin Lakes, Wisconsin as we cover Country Thunder 2024. Tickets are still on sale, and tickets are on sale now for the 2025 event. Go to countrythunder.com for more information and details. We'll be back in just a few moments. You're watching Metro News Special Report.